Hello, guys, and welcome to this webinar, 3 ways to get fitter, stronger, healthier, and feel great again at home without having to go to the gym. So this is Alex Blazewski here from the Growing Younger team from Auckland, New Zealand. So we're just going to give it a couple more minutes for people to join us. I can see a few people are joining us as we speak. In the meantime, could I just have an indication if you guys can hear me very well? And if you can see the screen, if you can just pop your name, maybe just say hello into the chat box. All right. Yep. Thank you, Dennis. Sharon, thank you. Yep, great. Perfect. Okay, look, I think we got most people here. Okay, great. So let's get started. So first thing is, who is this webinar for? Who is going to benefit from the information we're just about to share in this video? So first of all, if you're frustrated with the lack of exercise during the lockdown or the the current coronavirus situation where you have to stay at home, if you normally go to a gym or you do some other form of exercise, right now you sort of limited in terms of what you can do. So we're going to reveal some effective ways of keeping fit while you're staying at home, or maybe just going for a quick walk or something outside. If you take your health seriously, it's very important that you have to think in advance. You have to make sure that you take into account your health, and not just now, but also what's going to happen 10 or 20 years down the track. If you're starting to feel your muscles getting weaker, joints getting stiffer, and fitness evaporating, so we're known to serve the people over the age of 45. So as we hit our 40s, we tend to the body just doesn't feel quite the same, and you're starting to lose your fitness, you're starting to lose a bit of muscle strength. So we're going to show you some ways of counteracting it. In fact, you can actually reverse a lot of these aging effects. Now, you might be a gym member, as I said, but finding it difficult to to find any substitute for your gym exercise right now. You want to be healthy and functionally fit for many years to come. So basically, with the Growing Younger program, there's two of us running the show, and this is Gavin. Now, Gavin is not here on this webinar today, but he's our main personal trainer and nutritional coach. So as I said, we're based in New Zealand, we're based in Auckland, and Gavin has a vast experience working with people, particularly over the age of 45. Now, he does have a story of his own to tell. About 10 years ago, he actually had a major knee injury. He had to have a surgery to fix it, and you can see his knee joint right there on the top right hand side. As you can see, that he had to have a lot of plates and screws inserted to keep it all together. And so he managed to rehab himself to the point where he's functionally very well. He's exercising. He's doing very well. There's very little limitation as far as his knee is concerned. He also had a bit of a weight loss story himself. He managed to lose a very significant amount of weight, as you can see from these pictures on the bottom right. He not only he managed to lose the weight, he also kept it off. Okay, for many years now. Okay, so as you probably know, a lot of people, when they lose weight, they tend to gain weight straight away as well. So I guess you could say we've got a formula for losing weight and keeping it off. So if you just keep watching this webinar, we'll tell you more about it. Now, he's got a lot of certifications in the personal training field. He is also a functional aging specialist. So he's a certified functional aging specialist, which means he is qualified to deal with people over the age of 45 and prescribe the right type of exercises. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm a physio, New Zealand based. So I've graduated from Auckland University of Technology back in 2004. So I've been a physio for over close to 16 years actually now. I've also got a postgraduate diploma in sports medicine, and I've been running my own physiotherapy practice since 2010, and the focus has been mainly people over the age of 40 to help them get back on track, to fix their injuries, to help them kind of get back into their fitness routine. So what led us to put this webinar together? A number of things. We know how important exercise is to keep yourself healthy, especially to boost your immune system during the current coronavirus outbreak. Having your immune system in top shape is extremely important. I'm sure you understand that. And so we've got a few natural ways to do that. So we're going to show you some of those ways. We have extensive experience in helping people over the age of 40, 45 to regain some of their fitness and overcome health issues. So things like blood pressure, cholesterol, we've helped a number of people, get over that sort of those kind of health, chronic health issues that they might be suffering. Um, the other thing is that we've been finding that the fitness industry as overall is mainly focusing on people or in their 20s or teenagers. Okay, so most gyms that you can think of, they're sort of catering for the really young people, and people over the age of 45, they're missing out. No, there's very few gyms or fitness instructors that actually cater for people over the age of 45. So we are changing things. We are actually catering specifically to kind of I wouldn't say older, but like mature adults over the age of 45. um, so generally, people struggle to maintain good fitness levels during this coronavirus epidemic because you can't go to the gym, you can't do a lot of your normal, usual exercises. So you start to lose some of that fitness, and that's the last thing you want right now, because if you lose your fitness, you also tend to lose a bit of your immunity as well. So yeah, it's more important than ever to stay in shape. And now, our passion on the subject of health and fitness for people over 45 have actually led us to write a book, How to Feel and Look Younger Naturally, your ultimate guide to staying functionally fit after 50. So in New Zealand, you can actually buy these books in retail stores. Now, I'm just going to quickly delve into the subject of telomeres. Now, probably most of you, I've never heard of telomeres, but essentially what it is, it's very interesting subject. So in the last probably 20 years, scientists have actually discovered the full importance of these telomeres. And telomeres essentially the little ends or the caps on the ends of your chromosomes. So the chromosomes is where your DNA material is stored within your human cells. Now, the reason why they're so interesting and important is because when you're born, those telomeres are quite long. And as you age, the telomeres keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter until they become so short that the cells become dysfunctional, eventually die. Okay, the telomeres are very important to maintain the life of your cells. And essentially, if you take someone's DNA sample and you can actually measure the length of their telomeres, and that will give you a pretty good indication of how old the person is. Now, not only it gives you the idea of their sort of normal calendar age, but it also gives you an idea of their what's called biological age, or the extent to which their body has um, deteriorated over the years. And just to kind of give you another outlook on this is, if you get two people, let's say they're both of the same age, let's say 60, and one person is very healthy, they've been exercising, they've been eating well, and the other person smoked, drank, and did all sorts of bad things for their health. Now, the healthy person, their biological age will be younger, so they might be in their sort of 45 or 50, whereas the person who with bad habits, their biological age might be something like 70 or 75. So the length of these telomeres represents the state of your health and you know, the amount of wear and tear that you've sustained over the years. Again, to highlight the importance of the telomeres, the scientists have actually found that people with shorter telomeres after the age of 60 are 3 times more likely to die from a heart disease and 8 times more likely to die from infectious disease. Isn't that interesting? Right now, during this virus outbreak, it's a very important information to consider. So, so why shorter telomeres make you more vulnerable to infections? And the answer lies inside our body, mainly inside of what are known as T cells, or some people refer to it as killer cells. So T cells are essentially a essential part of your immune system, and they any bacteria or virus that enters our bodies, these T cells, they hunt them down and they kill them. They sort of lock onto these viruses and bacteria, and they essentially destroy them. Now, if the telomeres inside those T cells become shorter, they become less effective at finding those viruses and killing them. So therefore, your immune system suffers, and therefore you become more vulnerable to the disease. So there was a study done in Dunedin in 2015 in New Zealand. And what they found is that some people age 3 times faster than others. Okay, interesting fact, because this is not someone's opinion or hearsay. This has actually been proven in studies. Now, the good news is that the latest scientific research from the United States have actually proven that it is possible to lengthen your telomeres and slow, or in some cases even reverse, the aging process. So right now we're going to talk about the 3 ways to get fitter, stronger, healthier, and feel great again, like you used to possibly, 15, 20 years ago. Now, you can do it all at home without having to go to the gym. So this is how you do it. So number 1, we're going to talk about structured home workout. So as I said, you don't necessarily need to any kind of elaborate gym equipment, okay, to do a good workout. So you can do most things at home. And here's a basic routine that you can do at home. So I'm just going to give you a very shortened version of it, just because we are restricted on time right now. So basically, the 3 leg exercises that are quite useful, and as you can see, you need minimal or no equipment at all to do it. Squat. Okay, so you can either have no equipment at all, or you can hold on to a little bit of weight. You can put a few books in a backpack and try and do the same exercise with a few books in it. Okay, cool. That's one. So it's a really functional exercise. As we get older, we all need to do squats because our leg is getting weaker, and then we start having trouble with things like getting up from a chair, getting up from a car, getting out of the car. So strengthening your legs is extremely important to stay functional for decades to come. Another one is deadlift. So that's very important for picking things up from the floor. Again, something that you have to do on a day-to-day basis. And to make sure that you can still do it even 20, 30 years down the track, it is important to practice that. Now, obviously, if you don't have a bar at home like this, you don't have to have a bar, okay? You can just use like I said, get a backpack or just a bag, put some books in it, and you can try and pick it up from the floor this way. Another one is bridges. So that exercise involves lying on the floor. You can put a little bit of weight around your waist and just lift your hips up off the floor, okay? So these are very basic 3 exercises that we often give to our clients. Now, obviously, we give a lot more than that as just the basics, but even those 3 exercises, that will get you started. It takes care of the basics, all right? And as I said, that you need minimal or no equipment at all. So this little graph here, it represents what happens to our muscle strength as we get older. As you can see on the left-hand side, this is where we are born. So we're babies here, and we basically look, our parents have to look after them. Look after us as babies. Now, as we mature, our strength peaks at about the age of 25 to 30. So around this area here, we are at our strongest, and then our strength starts to decline. Okay, so from that age, pretty much no matter what we do, we will experience some kind of muscle strength loss. Okay, but this is where the line splits in two. So if you can see, the bottom line represents people who are not healthy, they don't do enough exercise, and you can see their decline is very rapid. And it's quite scary because by the time they reach about 65, 70, they enter what's called disability thresholds, which means they need help with the day-to-day activities. They're so weak, they actually need help. And so they carry at least one physical disability. Definitely not the place where you want to be. So if you look at the top line, so this is people, they're also getting older, but their strength decline is a lot slower. And even when they hit their 80s, right here, they still way above the threshold. So, you could probably think of a lot of people that you saw there sort of in their 80s, that they obviously a bit older, but they're still enjoying life. They're still running around. They're still doing everything they want to do. They play golf. They enjoy life. So obviously this is where you want to be. And this is where we, essentially this is with the Growing Younger program that we do. This is where we help to keep people as they get older in this top line. Okay. Now, an obvious question that you might be asking yourself, maybe, you're in your 50s, 60s, whatever it is, you haven't maybe done enough exercise for many years. And isn't it too late? Is there still something you can do to reverse the strength decline? Okay. The answer is absolutely yes. And there's some research to prove it. So there's a study done on weight training among the people between the ages of 72 to 98-year-olds. Now, this study was done in a nursing home in the United States. And what they did is they put these people through 10 weeks of strengthening programs 3 times per week. So only 10 weeks, which is just like 2.5 months. And what they found, because they measured their strength before and after this exercise program, and what they found is their strength on average increased by a whopping 113%. That's amazing. That's more than double in only 10 weeks. So if these people over the age of 70 are able to achieve such a great improvement, imagine what's possible for you. Okay. So there's absolutely no doubt with the right type of strengthening exercise, you can get a lot stronger. Now, another opinion and now that's an educated opinion from a professor in Brigham Young University. He said that high levels of exercise linked to 9 years of less aging at a cellular level. Okay, so we talked about telomeres, how telomeres represents your biological age. So what they're saying is that people who exercise regularly, on average, are 9 years biologically younger than their peers of the same age who don't exercise enough. Okay, so basically you can be younger just by exercising. Okay, so reversing the biological clock is not just science fiction. It is possible to a certain degree. So another type of exercise is cardio exercise, and it also is important because that's what takes care of your cardiovascular fitness. So that's keeps your heart healthy, keeps your lungs healthy, keeps the blood pumping through your body. The common types of exercise, cardio exercise, are walking, jogging, cycling, and online training, things like Zumba and Pilates that, some people do it online, which is definitely a good option during the coronavirus outbreak. It's a good way to do these things first thing in the morning to help to boost your energy levels. Okay, so it might be counterintuitive because you think, oh, I'm I probably feel more tired if you exercise in the morning, but it's actually the opposite is the truth. Because if you exercise first thing in the morning, particularly cardio exercise, it will help to recharge you for the rest of the day. So I dare you to give that a go. Okay. The second thing we're going to talk about today is getting your nutrition right. And one of the most important things is not to overeat. During the lockdown, during this coronavirus outbreak, we stay at home a lot more. We tend to overeat. So a couple of strategies you can use to stop yourself eating too much is have healthy snacks handy. So instead of eating ice cream and chocolate and chips, there are always healthier options such as nuts, legumes, you know, um, any kind of healthy nutritional um, snacks that you can find. Okay, drink plenty of water. So water helps to keep us full. So not only it's good for our general health, it also helps to stop us overeating, because sometimes when we are dehydrated, we don't drink enough water, we our body gets confused, our brains get confused into thinking we're actually hungry. Now we're not actually hungry, we're just dehydrated. So we start eating more. Okay, so you can stop this happening simply by making sure you drink enough water. And we advise drinking at least 8 glasses of water per day. Now, if it's hot outside and if you're exercising, you probably need to drink even more than that. Plan your meals in advance, rather than just spontaneously going to the fridge and grabbing something. Try and plan your meals at least a couple of days in advance, so you can actually you can sort of you can take into account what you're going to eat, so you don't end up overeating too much. And very important to ensure that you have enough protein in your diet, because protein, it's first of all, it helps to make you full quicker, so you tend to you're less likely to overeat. The other thing about protein is because it's actually harder to digest for your body, so your body tends to spend some of your calories just burning protein once it's digested. So by eating protein, you actually help to burn more calories. Okay, so it's very easy thing to do. And it will help to, if you need to lose weight, that's a one way to actually start losing weight, is eat more protein. And just have smaller plates. Now, because when we feel full, it's we rely on our vision. When we look at the plate, if the plate is smaller, and even though we put less amount of food on the plate, but because the plate is small, it actually looks bigger. So we actually feel more satisfied by eating a small amount of food if the plate is small, because simply the food looks bigger. Okay. Now it's a very simple thing, but it does work, because it kind of fools your brain into thinking you've just had more to eat. Okay. Hopefully it makes sense. Now, I've mentioned about protein, and these are the very common sources of protein. So lean beef, chicken, white fish, milk, tofu cheese, nuts, cheese, eggs, legumes, and tuna. So another thing about nutrition is you gotta be intentional about your food. Okay, so I'd like to tell you about Penny. Penny is one of our star members. She actually managed to lose 45.5 kilos over about, I think she lost it about over 16 months. Okay, and this is how she did it. We never put her on a diet as such, because diets don't work long term. We started to tweak a few things in her diet. We started to adjust things. Okay, and one of the first things we did with her, she used to drink a glass of orange juice every single morning, thinking that it's going to make her, thinking that it's healthy to eat to drink orange juice. But in fact, as we know, orange juice contains a lot of sugar. So an average glass of orange juice contains about 112 calories. So the first little adjustment we made is, instead of giving her a glass of orange juice every day, we said, okay, how about you drink 1 glass of water instead, and an orange. Now, she likes the taste of orange, so she could still have that by having an orange. Orange only has 45 calories as opposed to 112 in the orange juice. Plus, she's still having that same fluid intake. So she was happy. Now, but at the same time, she more than halved her calorie intake just from that orange juice. Now, as you can see, this is not hard. Like, we're not putting her on a diet, but we are slowly cutting off those extra calories that she doesn't need. And over the first 5 weeks of doing just that one little change, I think she lost 3.5 kilos just by doing one little change like that. Okay. So yeah, does it work? Well, the Growing Younger program, our approach, you'll be the judge. So Penny, she lost 45 kilos. Now on this picture, I think she lost 39, so she wasn't done yet. Her heart rate improved, and her heart rate, um, it's reduced by 40 beats per minute, which is amazing. Because the slower your heart rate, it means the fitter you are and the less work your heart has to do. So it actually takes the stress off your heart. She used to take medications. She's not taking medication anymore. And the biological age, we used to measure biological age, and the biological age improved by 10 years. So she became 10 years biologically younger in 15 months of being in the program. So pretty amazing results, isn't it? Now, in terms of nutrition, one more thing I wanted to touch on is your energy levels. Now, it really depends what you eat during the day, on what you sort of how you feel and how much energy you feel. Okay, so here are here's a bit of a graph, and look, it's not. I'll just quickly explain. It's not as confusing as you may think. So on your vertical axis, essentially it's your blood sugar levels, or essentially the amount of energy you have at any given moment. Okay, on the horizontal scale is the time. It's time essentially. Okay, and so these different colors represent when you eat different types of food. So the red line represents very high sugary food. Foods very high in sugar. So your desserts, cakes, anything with high sugar content. And as you can see, your energy levels will peak very quickly, and then they will suddenly drop off, and it will cause an energy crash. So it will plummet, and it within sort of an hour, you actually experience fatigue. You actually feel very tired. So that's what happens, particularly when you eat a lot of carbs, a lot of sugary stuff during lunch. You feel very exhausted, very lethargic during the afternoon, and that's usually why, because you eat the wrong type of stuff during your lunch. Now the yellow line is a bit better, so not so much sugary stuff, but still high in carbs. So white bread, white rice, white pasta. Okay, so it also causes a bit of a peak, but then again, it gives you a energy crash. Probably not so steep, but still, after about 2 hours, you will experience a drop off in your energy levels. Now the third line, the blue one, that's healthy food. So it's things like whole grains, fruits and vegetables, legumes. So things that are healthy. Okay. Now so protein is also included here as well. So it will slowly increase your blood sugar levels in a very sustainable way, and it will last. So you're not going to experience a very sudden drop off. It will last. So your energy levels will be sustained for a long period of time until your next meal. So it's much better to do that, because you can rely on the fact that your energy levels will be sustained during the day, especially if you're having to do any work. Your performance will increase. So why traditional diets don't work? Okay, well, they work short term. So things like ketogenic diets, things like, some people, they go on a vegan diet for a few weeks or a few months. Now, while you're on a diet, you'll probably lose weight. Okay, but the thing is, if the diet is very strict, sooner or later you will give up, and you'll go, okay, I just want to come back and start eating my normal food again. Okay, and as soon as you do that, you start to gain the weight back again. In fact, sometimes you gain more than what you had before, and that's because by putting yourself on a strict diet, you're interfering with your body's metabolism. Okay, so by playing and interfering with your metabolism, you actually start to cause a sort of malalignment, you could say, in the metabolism. So that's why people who go off a diet, they actually sometimes gain more weight than they lost during the diets. Okay, so not a good idea to be going on a strict diet, in my opinion. So our approach is different. The third thing that will help you to stay fit and healthy during this coronavirus outbreak is keep moving. Very simple. Don't stay on the couch the whole day. So even though you can't go to the gym, don't give up on exercise. You gotta carry on. Whatever you can do, do it. Stay up on your feet. Avoid binge watching television for like 4 or 5 hours a day. Catch up on house chores and gardening. You'll be surprised how much fitness you can gain just from doing your day-to-day chores. Find an excuse to get up and move. So if you're watching some movie on television, every 20 minutes, half an hour, get up. Even if it means going to the kitchen, getting a glass of water, just so you don't sit non-stop for too long. And the more you sit, the more tired you feel. It's just that simple. Some people complain of feeling exhausted and tired. Now, you feel like, okay, I'm tired, I'm going to sit down for a while. Well, very often sitting down will actually make you feel more tired. So keep moving. So in terms of house chores, I just wanted to put things into perspective, okay? So you'll be surprised how many calories you can actually burn by doing your day-to-day things, looking after the house, doing some house chores. So 1 hour of vacuuming can actually burn 175 calories, and 1 hour of gardening can burn up to 400 calories. Compare it to 30 minutes of jogging, 280 calories, and 30 minutes of stationary cycling, 260 calories. So they're actually quite comparative. They're not that much different. So instead of doing 30 minutes of jogging or stationary cycling, if you can't do those things, you don't have to. You can actually do some house chores and burn almost as many calories in 1 hour of doing that. Okay? So don't give up on your exercise. If you can't do your normal types of exercise, just at least stay active, do some vacuuming, do some house chores. You can still keep fit by doing those kind of things. Now, over the last probably half an hour, 40 minutes, we've given you quite a lot of information. And I know it can be a little bit overwhelming, a little bit confusing. So if you don't have a lot of experience in the health industry, you might find it a little bit too much to handle. So if you feel that you may need a little bit more expert guidance to help you along, to get your health back on track, to get fit, we'd like to show you how we can help, and hopefully it's okay with you. So I'd like to introduce the Growing Younger program. So officially, this is the first and only health and fitness program in New Zealand, exclusively for people over 45. And now we're going global. We now have some clients in Australia. We're entering the Singapore market right now. So you'll be the first ones to hear about this program. Okay. So as I said, we're based in New Zealand, but it doesn't stop us from training people all around the world. Now, it has already been responsible for transforming a lot of people's lives, mostly right here in New Zealand. So in a nutshell, it's an all-in-one health solution for people over 45. It includes personal training, nutritional coaching, physiotherapy input, and accountability, which is very important to make sure you stick with your plan and you get the results that you want. So this is our headquarters. This is where we're based in New Zealand. We got a little fitness studio in this building at the Howick RSA in Auckland. And I'm just going to tell you how the Growing Younger program delivers consistent, predictable results for you, how it actually works. So first of all, I'm going to share with you, okay, so you get personal training advice, one-on-one. So how this works is we meet with you. So one of our personal trainers, Gavin, will meet with you face-to-face over a video call for at least 60 minutes. And he will give you a personalized strengthening and cardio program. And we can work with the things that you have at home. So you don't actually have to have any gym equipment at home. If you don't have anything at all, we can work with, things like chairs, tables, whatever you have at home, we can work with that. Okay, so you don't need any specific gym equipment. Okay, now if you are a member in the gym and once the gyms reopen, we can also work with that. So we can actually give you a gym program too. Okay, so essentially when you join, you're going to spend about a 45-minute consultation with me, with a physiotherapist. We're going to go over things like your current injuries, your current niggles that you may or may not have in your body. We're going to discuss those so we can tailor the program to your needs. Okay, even if you have an injury, such as a shoulder injury or back injury, we can generally work with it. Okay, so we just need to discuss what it is, how we can overcome it, how we can rehab it, and also what exercise can we do so it doesn't aggravate your injury. Okay, so this is what we do when you get started. You get a session with myself, with a physio, and we go very much in depth to discuss your current body situation. Okay, now once we're done with that, I'm going to pass that information to Gavin, who will then construct and put together a personalized a training program for you. And like I said, if you don't have a gym membership, we can do something that's completely home-based. And then you will meet with Gavin every month for 60 minutes, face-to-face via a video call, and he will upgrade the program for you. So in that month, you would have gotten better, you would have gotten stronger, and so we need to keep on slowly progressing you so you can achieve more and more. So every month we're going to update the program for you. Okay, now in between we're going to give you this phone app, which is very simple to use. Now when we give you the exercise program, we'll put all the exercises we give you into the phone app. So instead of having a piece of paper like in the traditional gym where they give you a piece of cardboard with some writing on it and you're trying to figure out what it says there, with what exercise you're supposed to be doing, we give you a phone app with very clear videos. So all the videos that you get, it will tell you exactly what to do so you don't get confused. You have a program that's very clear. Now the beautiful thing about the app as well is that we will, every time you do your workout, you log it, so you save it, so we can see that you've done it. Every person on our list, they've got a little calendar. So if on regular intervals, we go in and we check that you've done your workouts. Now, if you haven't done your workouts for say a week or two, guess what happens? We will give you a call. We'll message you and we'll say, is there something we can do to help you? Why are you not keeping up with the program? So in a very friendly way, but we will keep an eye on you. We'll make sure that you stick with the plan. That's what I call accountability, and this is massive. I think it's one of the main reasons why people who have been in our program for 3.5 years now, they've been achieving results over and over again. I think it's the accountability is the major factor, is because they know we are watching. So yes, accountability is absolutely huge. Now, as I said, you'll get your personal training sessions every month, but in between you get a lot of support. Okay, every week we run Facebook lives for our members. We give them new exercise. We give them some physio ideas, how to look after their health, how to look after their body. If you have any questions along the way as you enter the program, we will also we'll give you you can ask questions. We're there to help you all the way along the way. Okay, so you'll never feel like you're left alone by yourself. Now, on top of what I've just mentioned, you also get access to our nutrition blueprint. So that's something Gavin put together. It's an online video course on how to basically it helps you understand what is actually good nutrition, what's bad nutrition. There's so much confusing information on social media these days. There's so many so-called experts that everyone tells you a different thing, and it gets totally confusing. So Gavin breaks it down in very simple chunks. Everything he's talking about is proven by science. So you can finally understand what's good nutrition, what's bad nutrition, and what you can do today to help yourself and get healthier. Now, I'm just going to play this video. I hope that it will work this time. We had a bit of an issue last time. So Lindy is one of the Growing Younger members that has been a member for, I think now she joined in December, so she's been a member for almost, I think about 5 months. So let's just see what she had to say about the program.
Hi, morning everyone. My name is Lindy. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Growing Younger program. I joined beginning December, so it's just over a month now. I'm really enjoying it. It's actually something that everyone can do. I am 47 years old, so I decided that it's a good thing to do some exercise, especially because I also stopped smoking. And I was picking up a lot of weight. So this has done really wonders for me. I'm really happy doing this, and I will still go a long way. I'm getting fitter and stronger every day, and it's really nice to work with Gavin and Alex because they help a lot. And whenever you've got questions, they're there right away to help you. The exercises are really great and easy. It's nothing difficult. Everybody can do them, and you'll obviously get fitter as you go. And what's really nice about it is it's flexi time. You can come anytime you like and do the exercises. So you really just work it into your daily plan, and you really feel the benefits, with a little bit of time as you're getting stronger and your programs get adjusted. And for people, my age, it's really beneficial to get moving and to not get stuck, sit on the couch all the time or just by your desk all the time. So yeah, I really look forward to my journey, and I think I'll do much better in a few months' time. Bye.
Perfect. Thank you, Lindy. So the question you might be asking yourself right now is, will it work for you? So it worked for Penny, Terry, Carmen, Indy, Desley, and many, many others. So there's absolutely no reason why it would not work for you. As long as you put some effort into the program, you'll be surprised what you can achieve in a relatively short period of time. So obviously you have to put some effort into it. It's not magic. You still have to do some work, but it's not hard. So we designed the program in such a way that it's personalized to you and your current level of fitness. You're not going to be overwhelmed with the exercise that we're giving you. So it's not hard, it's not exhausting, it's not restrictive. We customize it to your needs and to your current level of fitness. And look, it's hard to say for sure for each individual person because everyone's a little bit different. But on average, people need to exercise only about 4 times a week, between 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so that's all you really need to do. So you don't have to do it every day, and you can generally fit into your lifestyle. You can do it whenever you like. If you have time in the morning, do it in the morning. If you want to do it in the evening, do it in the evening. So it's up to you. Now, just to quickly go over what the Growing Younger program is not. This is not a gym membership. This is not Weight Watchers. So it's not primarily a weight loss program, although a lot of people end up losing weight when they join the program because we focus on your health, not on the weight. Okay, so to get healthy, a lot of people need to lose weight. So they lose weight. Okay, so there are no artificial shakes, drugs, or potions. Everything you do, everything you eat is natural. There's no yo-yo dieting. So the nutritional adjustments that we make, they keep the weight off long term. Okay, you don't tend to regain the weight as soon as you do something different. It's not a new gimmicky trend in fitness that will fade away in a couple of years. And this is not hard. You can do it. So in summary, this is how it works. So when you join the program, you will get a session with me, with a physio. We do a thorough discussion of your current state of health. If you have any injuries, we can talk about those. We can kind of, I will try and, understand where your situation is right now, so we can then tailor the program to you. So the next thing you do is you see Gavin, and you have a face-to-face video call with him, and he'll give you a program to start. He'll give you exercise program. Now, the nutritional part is optional, and I'll talk a little bit more in a minute. But Gavin, if you choose to go with and do the nutritional side as well, so Gavin will also start coaching you on the nutritional aspect as well at the same time. So you get the phone app, so we can keep an eye on your progress. You can track your progress yourself. We will ask you to weigh yourself, just take some measurements so we can actually measure if you're making progress. Now, help us there, 7 days a week. Okay, so if you need any help, if you have any questions, we're always there to help you. We track your progress, as I said. The physio is also there to help if you have any niggles or any injuries along the way. Everything is tracked and accounted for. Okay, so you are held accountable in a friendly way, and you literally cannot fail as long as you follow our advice. We, we pretty much guarantee that you will achieve what you want to achieve, obviously within reason. If you're trying to lose 40 kilos in a week, that's not going to happen. Okay, but as long as your goals are reasonable, and we will discuss your goals, um, as long as you put the effort in, you will achieve those goals. So just another quick video I'd like to play for you. And again, we had some issues with the sound, but I hope this is gonna work.
Hi, I'm Sue. When I started this program, I was a biological age of 53. I'm actually 55. By the time I finished, I was down to 49. I was not overweight to begin with, and I didn't really consider losing weight as a big thing. I really just wanted to be biologically younger. So by the time I finished, my blood pressure had dropped, my my heart rate had dropped. I was a lot fitter. Even though I'm pretty active, I was amazed at just how much fitter I was. I especially liked the program that Gavin put me on, because my biceps started to get bigger, more muscly. I was losing the body fat. Even though in the past week I was really naughty with the sweets, so that didn't really come up very well in my last test, but that's fine. Being 49 instead of 55 is a great achievement, I think. So, thanks.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Sue. Okay. So let's. Okay. So unfortunately, we have to talk. We have to talk about the investment that you have to make to become part of the program. So how this works is we work on 6 months terms. So we do ask for at least a 6-month commitment to the program, and it's because we find that it usually takes at least 3 or 4 months to start to see significant results, and takes another couple of months to really make a big dent in your progress. So yeah, look, to really see the effect of the program, you really need that at least 5 or 6 months. That's why we say you really need to commit to at least a 6 months term. Okay, so normally for a standard version of the program, which is pretty much all I discussed today, except for the nutrition side, so normally we charge $47 per week. Now today we're going to give you a discount because you've made effort to come to this webinar, and also because of the current outbreak. I know a lot of people sort of incomes have been affected, so we're going to do something special for you today, so you can have the standard version of the program for only $37 per week. So that's our lockdown special. Now if you like to have the nutritional side as well, so you can have the ultimate nutritional coaching package added onto the program. So as we said, our approach is very different to traditional dieting. We don't restrict your food intake severely like most diets do. We have a very gentle approach, one little tweak at a time, one little adjustment to make a big difference. Okay, so as I said, you basically get monthly nutritional coaching sessions, and we also get you to start tracking your meals. So we need to understand what you currently eat, so we can then effectively start making little adjustments so you can get to your goals quicker. And you also get access to our nutritional blueprint online video course, which I mentioned before. So now I just want to talk quickly about another person who's in our program, Terry. So when he joined, he actually had he was significantly overweight, and he also had a heart condition. So Terry, in the first I believe 4 months, he lost 13 kilos of extra weight. Now when he went back, he was going to a cardiac specialist for regular checkups. So after being in the program for 4 months, he went back to see his cardiac specialist, and the specialist was actually amazed at the progress he made. After running some tests, he was very, very pleased to see that Terry has actually gained a lot of progress due to being in the program. He lost some weight, but also some of his cardiac tests have come up a lot better than they were before. So it just, again, it shows you what's possible in relatively short period of time, 4 months. If someone with a cardiac condition could do that, I mean, you certainly can as well. Okay. So on top of that, you're also going to get a Zumba class. Now we run Zumba classes online. We do it twice a week. So you, as part of your package with the Growing Younger package that we're offering today, you're also going to get a once per week. We give you a class, pretty much, an online Zumba class that you can join in. Okay, so you can either choose Wednesday or Monday every week. So the comprehensive home-based gold level package, which includes your nutritional side as well, and also one live Zumba gold class per week. So these Zumba classes, they're tailored for people over 45. So they're not too hard. They are doable. Okay. So again, normally it's $57 per week. Currently, we're doing a special deal for you. We're taking the $10 off for only $47 per week if you want the gold level of the program. So that's including nutrition and the Zumba class. Now, if you're still sort of sitting a little bit on the fence and you're not sure whether this is going to be right for you, we're asking for a 6 months commitment, and you're thinking, what if you're not going to like it? So look, we are so sure you're going to like it, and you will see the value of the program, that we are giving you this 30-day guarantee. So if you're unlikely, so in the unlikely event, if you're not completely satisfied with the level of support and the standard of the program that we're giving you in the first 30 days, you can cancel the program at that stage, and we will give you a full refund of what you paid to us so far. Okay, so there's absolutely no risk involved. You can cancel and you will get a full refund if you're not completely satisfied after 30 days. Okay, so there's no stress. You can give it a try. If if in the likely event that you don't like it, if you don't see value in it, you can cancel. Now, if that wasn't enough, we'll give you something amazing today. Again, I want to thank you for tuning up to the webinar, and this deal that we're just about to offer you today, it is something that's just amazing. It's not something we have actually done in the past. So what we're actually offering you today is to take advantage of our gold package, which includes nutrition and Zumba classes, and you can have all that for the price of our standard package. So essentially, instead of paying the original $57 per week for our gold package, you only pay $37 per week. Okay, that is really an amazing deal, as you can see. Now, not only that, but you also get 10 days free when you get started. So once you sign up, we're not going to charge anything for 10 days. Okay, so your first payment will be only after 10 days in the program. And also, it will send you a free copy of our book that we've written. Okay, how to feel and look younger naturally. So normally it retails for $25 here in New Zealand. So we're going to courier a copy to you. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. We'll send it. We'll send it to you anyway. Okay. So you don't have to be in New Zealand to get to receive a physical copy. We'll courier it to you. Okay. So look, this offer is only valid today. Okay. It's not going to be here forever. So to take advantage of this offer, you can just basically that's the URL link that you need to go to take advantage of this. So I'm just going to type it into the chat box so you can click on it. Okay, I don't think you can click the link on the screen, but you can. If you go to something, the message is going to pop up on your screen, and in your chat box you'll see the link. So all you have to do is click on that link to go to our registration page, and you have to take action today to take advantage of this offer. And also, if for whatever reason that link doesn't work, I'm also going to send you a follow-up email just after this webinar, so you can click on that as well if you like. So look, it's pretty much a no-brainer. This special, it's amazing value. you know, within a couple of months, you actually start to get, you start to see, results in the kind of in the early stages. But, after 5 or 6 months, this is when you really start to feel healthier, start to have more energy. If you need to lose weight, you start to lose a bit of weight. So really, the only thing that stands between you getting results and now is your willingness to take action. And there's literally no risk involved. Like I said, we give you a guarantee. So there you go. If you have any questions, you can type them in now, or alternatively, you can just email me later if you are not sure about anything. But like I said, this is the link on your screen. I also put it in the chat box, and I will quickly send you an email within the next half an hour to with that same link as well for you to click on to take advantage of this. Okay, so all the best for now. I hope you got some useful information from this webinar, and I hope to be speaking to you soon if you join the program. And I'm sure you'll be amazed at what is possible for you in a very short period of time.